Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm not going to lie, you might be able to tell, I've got a little bit of a cold. A little one. Let me close the door. Working in retail means I've got to be in the chillers and the freezers at 6, 7 a.m. and I've got a cold. So, yeah, that's my excuses out the way. Driver standings. We've got Jaeger. Is it Jaeger? No, it's not. Drepo. He's racing today. I see him there in the Aston Martin. He's racing today. We've got a few others as well who are also racing. You've got Exotic Planes, but he's not in the standings, but he will probably be up there in the race. Should be a good little race, this. I do like a bit of Netherlands. Have won a race on there back in the day, a very, very long time ago. Team standings, though, is what everyone wants to see. Really. And it's after two races, there's a bit of a gap between first and third. Bunga are just ahead of ATX. They had a good week last week, Bunga did. I think it was 1-3 in the end they finished on. Or something like that. But yeah, FRC in third. Then it's the Freddy Fazbears, FG, AMS, and then so on. We are missing a full team though. The Williams are not here. And the Williams, that is DLR, and they've not got a. They only submitted one driver, and they're not here. And then we are missing Fazbear's other driver and Coda's teammate in Harrison. Any update on your just gonna get an update on drivers while we're here and FFR tricks. Perfect. Right, is anyone here? Look at me shine. Hello ads, welcome in mate. If you didn't hear me, I have got a bit of a cold, but we'll firm it. We'll firm it. No, not overly. Main screen. Look at that, Mr. JT with his little Valentine's Day. Driver's not turning up. Honestly, it pisses me off. But there's not a lot you can do, is there? Someone has joined. FFR Johnson. That is the Fazbear's other driver. Okay, Harrison can't make it, so I think we're good to go. We're good to go, lads. Let's go. Okay, we're good to ready up. People are going to start ready up, and they are. Perfect. I've not checked the settings. Let's give a quick check of them. Rules and slags, they look all okay. Simulation settings, yeah. Lobby options, yeah. Part firmware off. Okay, perfect. Let's go to the overlay screen. This is going to be close quali, I feel. I don't know who's going to win it. I have no idea, but we'll have a look. As you can see, the Valentine's Day overlay is in as well. JT does a lot of work, you know. A lot of work people don't see. He puts a lot of effort in. Credit to the bloke. Credit to him. But let's see how this plays out today. We haven't had rain yet in the first two races, you know. Just so you know, we've not had any rain in either of the first two races, and I'm just checking. It's not going to rain in quali. I'm not sure about the race. I'm sure someone will let me know if it's raining in the race or not. Who is going to be the first driver out on track? It's an Aston Martin. Is it Cam? It is Cam. Who's J Ronaldinho? Ads. Who's that? Oh, him in the McLaren. Who the hell is that? I'm sure you'll let me know. Hello, Callum. Welcome in. Welcome in. So Netherlands. I used to like racing around this track. This is very good. You don't know Jay. Honestly, Callum, I don't know anyone. Unless they are a consistent driver in AEC, I will not know who they are. I don't follow any other leagues or tournaments anymore. I am solely AEC till I die. Joined AEC yesterday and dipped because he couldn't race BBS. Went back to FGE. Right. Interesting. There's a Ferrari now ahead, so we'll go on board with them. We'll go on board with the Ferrari, and it is Coda. Coda has had a pole position in AEC before. For the life of me, I couldn't tell you where it was. But I remember he got one somewhere, and it was a surprise. Yeah, DLR, Callum. DLR. And like I said, I really I'm happy that new teams qualified this season. You know, like we had ATX, Fazbears, DLR. Like, I'm happy we've had new teams qualify. But there does seem to be a bit of a reliability problem with them. I don't know if that's just because they're new to it or whatnot, but yeah, I don't know if other tournaments are happy that, they're not too bothered if you miss it. But there definitely seems to be a bit of consistency with the newer teams missing drivers and whatnot, but, there's not a lot what we can do. Mr. Coda is on his way on a hot lap here. Apparently, you should be doing around the 1.9 is roughly what you should be doing. So we'll see what Coda can do with the DRS zones all over the place. He has got one coming up right now. Mr. Coda, like I said, he has had a pole position before in AC. I'll ask him later when it was, because I can't remember when it was. But Coda, obviously setting purple sectors because he's the only driver out there at the track at that point in time. But Coda, he's got a sweeping right-hander. DRS is going to be wide open for him. Those curbs have definitely changed colour since last time I've done commentary around here. That's something I've noticed. Anyway, Coda, on his way to the line, it is going to be a 1.9. It's not going to be a 1.9, it's a 1.86. So it's quicker than what people were saying they were doing in practice. Much quicker, in fact. Mr. Johnson, as says No Grasky, 8.4 goes on pole position for the stands. And then Mr. Johnson, Boris Johnson, 8.4, goes even quicker. I have no idea, Callum. People in the chat were saying they'll do 1.9s, so I assumed it was 1.9. It's apparently 1.8s. So Mr. J Ronaldo goes on top with an 8.4 as well. So there's four drivers there on an 8.4. J Repo, definitely a driver to keep an eye on. He's done very well at the start of the first two races and is leading the Drivers' Championship. Mr. Lighty, 7.9. Yeah, you can definitely get into the 7s here. Mr. Lighty, an AEC regular a couple of seasons ago. We think he did every race for FG at one point. Anyway, J Repo got a little bit of traffic in front of him, probably a little bit of dirty air. That's not going to help his cause. And the Ferrari moves out of the way, so Mr. Repo then, sweeping right-hander, DRS will be activated for him. Let's see if he can get anywhere near Lighty's time with a 7.9. Owen goes into P2 with an 8.2, and Repo goes into P3 with an 8.3. Drivers are still come along. You've got Pinzio to come round the final few corners. You've got Exotic Plains as well, just starting his lap. He has got his teammate just ahead of him. Hopefully he moves out the way and there's no traffic for him. Exotic Plains, defo a driver to keep an eye on. He's a quick driver, and Bong will be looking to have a good week like they did last week. Trex then. Oh, he's in the... Oh, he's taking breakboards with him. And that is the end of Trex's lap there. So Exotic Plains then. Looks like he's the only driver on a hot lap as it stands. Mr. Cesno Gnaski into the pits in P6 he goes. But Lighty, the only driver into the 7s, and he is free, well, just over 2 tenths quicker than Owen. So Exotic Plains can he maybe get anywhere near Lighty's time? He is into the pits. Exotic Plains comes to the line now, and he goes into P4. It's an 8.3. The top, what's that? The top from P2 down to P9, it's separated by 2 tenths. There's not a lot in it. I said it would be close quali, and that is exactly what we've got. Joseph into the pits, Trex into the pits, and Drive is now on an out lap. He'll be the next driver to start a hot lap. So, AMS Drive. They've not had a good couple of weeks, AMS. I'm not going to lie. I think Partic, I said he was going to get sat last week. I don't know if he's here today. Mr. Ramon is in the chat. Is Partic here, Ramon? Do you know where he is? I like giving him shit. I like bantering with him. So yeah, Mr. Drive then. Little bit of traffic, moves out the way. It's his teammate, in fact, Mr. Cesno Gustin. He is training now, fair enough. Never mind. That's boring. So Drive, purple sector 1. We'll compare that to Lighty, because you always know 23.7 for him. Let's go down to Drive, and it is a 23.8. So no, it's incorrect information, and he has a bit of a moment, so he's definitely lost a few more tenths to Lighty as well. This might be a mid-pack lap, to be honest, from Drive. Might get himself in the top 10 if he has a good final sector here, but he is the only driver on a hot lap, so we're going to stay on board with him, because why not? So Drive then, round the final corner he comes. Partic is a training, so I can't give him any rubbish today, but Drive then to the line, and it's P5. To be fair, so there's defo time in that lap. There's defo time in Drive's lap there. So that'll give him a bit of confidence. That's a good banker, that, for Drive, if he gets P5 with that type of lap. Defo, yeah, it's solid, absolutely. So Tindex is the next driver. Mr. Cesno is also starting a lap as well, so the AMS boys are out in force. Mr. Tindex, I believe it is the next driver. He is on a lap, so we'll go on board with him. Tindex and Cesno are the two drivers out there. Tindex is up in his time, and Cesno, I've missed it. I missed it. Where is he? There he is. Sector times. He is up in his time, not by a lot though. Barely anything, to be honest. But Tindex was up in his time by about, roughly about a tenth of a second. On his way now to start sector 3, so you'll get another indicator of how much he's up in his time, and he is now 1.5 tenths up in his time. That will probably put him top 10 if he has a good final sector as well, and Cesno is basically bordering what he did on his banker lap. So if he has a good final sector here, Cesno, he might be able to jump up to maybe topple his teammate who's currently sat in P5. So Tindex is coming to the line now. He's now 1.5 tenths up, and he goes up to P11 there with his lap, and Mr. Cesno goes into P2 with an 8.1. So we had a really good final sector there. He gained about 2 tenths in that final sector. So Cesno, really, really good lap there for him. Goes into P2. So drivers now starting to file out on track. Only Trex is the only driver. Not a set of time after colliding with the brake boards. So Mr. Trex then, for the Fazbears, see what he can do. There's a bit of traffic ahead of him, and a lot of drivers now setting laps, and there's a McLaren of FG going slowly. That would be probably Lighty, I'd assume. He is on an out lap, so Trex then, for the Fazbears, the only driver not to set a time. There's a lot of drivers now peeling off to the right hand side, so Trex can get a good, oh dear. You can't park there, sir. You can't park there. He could reset the track now, to be fair, because he's not going to interfere with anyone. But he's not going to. He's not going to. That's fine. You can reset the track in quality as long as you don't interfere with someone else's lap, as per the rule book. So Cesno is into the pits. Jay Ronaldo is a 10th up on his time. That will stick himself whereabouts, maybe top 4. If he has a good middle and final sector, might be able to get himself into the top 2. If he has a really good final sector. So Ronaldo for FG. His teammates currently on pole, and Ronaldo there, 2/10 up, will stick himself top 3 as it stands. If he has a really... Has he backed out? He's backed out. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, his left tyre did look a bit shiny, but I thought he was still going on. Yeah, I did notice his left tyre was a little bit shiny there. Yeah, anyway, Cam is up at time after sector 1. There's so many drivers out on track now, it's hard to keep up with them all. Joris goes into P14. You've got XPG Callum now coming around the final corner. He's coming into the pits. Go back on board with Lighty. Is Lighty on a lap here? I think Lighty is on a lap, so we're definitely going to have to stay on board with him. Because if Lighty can improve on a 0.9, I doubt he'll get touched. I doubt anyone's going to get close to him. And he's a 10th up on his time. Goes a little bit deep there after the chicane. But Lighty then, if he has a good final sector here, this could be even a mid 0.8 if he has a really good final sector here. So Lighty then for FGE, a regular in AEC, let me tell you. He's been around the block and he does not improve. He has a shocking final sector. He did go a little bit too deep into that corner, and that is the end of his lap there. Cam goes into P2. 8.1 for Cam. He had a good race last week. He got hampered though. He had contact with Smeggy, and I don't know where he finished, but he did not finish as high as that. He showed on his actual race pace. Mr. Repo then, entering sector 3, 2/10 up on his time. Definitely keep an eye on Repo here. This is probably quick enough to go top 2. As I say that though, Owen improves on his time, and now it's an 8 flat. Still low, only Lighty into the 7. 7 point now. We've got 6 minutes to go in the session, and Repo coming around the final corner. Here he comes then. Cam, his teammate P3, he might topple his teammate to be honest, comes to the line and he goes on pole position with a 7.9. AMS Drive does improve by 4/10, goes into P3. Very good lap there from Drive. We said he had time in his lap, and that is exactly what he has shown there. Basically an 8 flat for AMS Drive. The quali here is super duper close. It is absolutely mega. I'm on board him, Calaco. I'm on board him. And he's a 10th up after Sector 1. Coming up to the end of Sector 2 now. Exotic Plains. Has he got anything in the tank here? He's now 1.5 tenths up in his time. Exotic Plains. That's going to see him maybe into the top 5. And if he has a good final sector, he is going to maybe get into the 7.9. That's where he wants to be. That's where he's dreaming of getting. Ahead of Repo and Lighty, the only 2 drivers into the 7s. Exotic Plains then on his way to the line. Currently P8. Where's he going to go? Goes P6 with an 8.1. So it does improve a little bit in the final sector, but not enough to get himself any higher than P6. But that quali is super close. Nath has gone into P8. He's only a couple of tenths off though. He reckons he could probably find a little bit of time. Mr. Joseph is, I think, and Cesno. Is Cesno on a lap? He is on a lap, and Cesno nearly finished the lap. Half a tenth up then, and this is enough water to make. This will get him in the top 5 here. This will get him top 5. If he has a better Sector 3, he might even get higher than top 5. No. He lost time in Sector 3 there. But he is super close to Exotic Plains and Cam. Go back on board with Nath then, but he is invalidated. Back on board with Joseph, in fact, as he's coming around the final corner, but he's already in the 10s, and he'll be coming into the pits. XPG points as it stands. As it stands. And that is it for this this little bit, unless Trex has got something up his sleeve. Trex is just starting a lap, it looks like. Trex is just starting a lap, so we'll stay on board him. No, it's top 14. Top 14. But, you know, there's only 17 drivers. Nath has retired. I've only just seen that. He did that in the pits, didn't he? He must have done that in the pits. He must have done that in the pits. He must have done. because I didn't see it. Had to retire. What happened, Nath? Tell me, I missed it. I was charging my phone. Not beating them lap times. Is that like your PB? Is 8.2 like your PB? If it's your PB, then you know, save your tyres. Save the tyres. Exactly. Exactly. I just retired in the pits. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. You'll probably drop to about P. I reckon you'll start P11. That's what I reckon you'll start. I reckon you'll start P11. Here's one for you, Nath. Now, this is one. Obviously, without an ego, I want an honest answer. Back in like F120 days, 21, F120, 21, when the FGC 6s was a thing, and Nath was like the top dog of, where do you reckon like you'd be here in like, because obviously you're not as, well, I'm sure you'll say yourself, you're not as quick as you used to be. But where would F121 Nath find himself here? Without an ego, honestly. I'd have a pole by 4/10. No, but I mean, no, I understand what you're saying there, but I mean, like, if you put him in here, if that makes sense, not like this lobby then, if that makes sense. So, like, you now, not them then. Hard to explain. None of these were good. No, that's fair. Right, everyone's on an out lap apart from Nath. Save the tyres. I remember you always being up there on everything, on any like, on anything. You in turn were like the goats of the assists. I remember it very well. Right then, who's going to get pole? Repo and Lighty. Drive might pull it out of the bag here. If someone has a really good final lap here, anyone could do it, and Drive is probably, and Cam, might have to stay on board with Cam. Cam has had a good first sector there. Cam has had a really good first sector. I'm not sure about Drives, but we'll go on board with him at the end of sector 2. So we're going to stay on board with Cam and Drive at the moment. Lighty and Repo have just started. So we'll stay on board with these. Cam at the end of sector 2 is nearly 2/10 up in his time. Oh, Drive with a little bit of snap there. Cesno is up in his time by 1/10. Drive is down in his time. So Cam has had a really good lap here. Absolute flyer lap for him. And this might be able to stick him on provisional, to be honest. It really might. Cam then to the line, and it's P2. Very close to Repo. They're currently on a 1-2 there. Repo and Cam for ATX. Anyway then, back on board with Cesno. He is now up in his time. He went into P5. Drive finishes P4. So Drive and Cesno, P4, P6. Owen down this time after sector 1. You've Exotic Plains then on his way to start sector 3. Pinzio has retired into the pit. Exotic Plains then. Where's he going to find himself? Might have to go on board with Lighty in a sec, because Repo 7.9 improves further. Back on board with Lighty then, because he's a 10th up in his time, and Lighty might be able to snatch it back from Repo. Lighty to the line, and he does exactly that, to 7.9 for Mr. FG Lighty. So back on board with Owen. Owen is into the sector 3 as well, but he might have backed out of his lap. I think he has. Exotic Plains finishes P7. That's the best he'll be doing. Ronaldo's finished. Mr. Coda's 2/10 up in his time. Might be able to get himself in the top 10. Coda then, the current host of the session, goes into P8. Very good lap for him. Trex to the line. 4/10 up in his time. He finishes P15. That's the best he'll be doing. Cam has finished his lap. You've got Cesno finish his lap. And Owen finishes in P6. Very good quality there. Lighty, 7.9. His banker was also a 7.9. So Lighty really showed his pace there to have a 7.9 banker. Really, really good lap for him. And that is the end of the quali. Really, really good. I remember James B. Wasn't he like auto assist or something? I remember him being like auto assists. And he was like still really quick. P11 I was, yeah. I was right. I swear it was auto assist. Anyway, we'll get classification on quali. Lighty is leaning away, but look how close that is. That is insane. The top 5 separated by a tenth of a second. The top 2 separated by a millisecond. Crazy. Crazy. I said it would be close in quali, and that's exactly what it was. And we go down to the bottom, and you've got Joris, Callum, and Joseph at the back of the grid. But yeah, looking good, good so far. Look at that, ATX, AMS, BRT. Hello, Partick. You might need to have a word with Ramon. He was in the chat, and he was giving you proper shit before. So you might need to have a word with Ramon, just so you know. He was saying that you're not fit enough to be the manager anymore, that they need a change at AMS and all this. So you might need to have a word with him. Not my words, his. The same. Right then, the race is going to be starting in a couple of minutes. While everyone sorts the tyre pressures out. Oh really? Yeah, I sorted out, Partick mate. Remove them from the team. Sort them out. Terrible. You've had a good quali there, to be fair. AMS have had a good quali. I'm not going to, P4, P5, after last week's shambolic efforts, if you don't mind me saying, you've had a good quali there. Decent. Hard, medium, hard, medium, hard, medium, exotic putting the softs on, Trex on the mediums, Coda. Oh, Pinzio. Oh dear. And he's on PS. PS as well. Flame, I'm happy that your team have actually turned up, even though he has left. I don't have him on EA, so someone else will have to add him. So he has to restart it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Right then, this is going to be a close race, this. Overtaking opportunities are going to be limited. It's a hard track to overtake on. It really is kind of just a straight, to be honest. I doubt we'll see many overtakes apart from the straight. The first corner will be where like 99% of the overtakes are. Who's going to win then, lads? What's your prediction? I'm going to have a stab here. I know he's in the chat, but I reckon an 8th top 5. I reckon an 8th top 5. Coda's got a chance of getting a top 5 as well. I feel like Coda and 8th could be an outsider for a top 5 here. Keep your eyes on them too. Because I feel like there's going to be a bit of carnage at the front. And then one of them will nip through. Who's going to win the race? I couldn't tell you. We'll see. We shall see. Right, you can ready up now, lads. Someone can ready up. I am going to put a soother in my mouth, even though my throat's not sore, it's my nose running. So it might sound a bit like I'm eating something, but it's just a soother. Okay, then. Someone can definitely ready up now. Anytime today. Anytime today, lads. Someone can defo ready up. Yeah, anytime. Anytime today. Yeah, so anytime. At any point, Cam, clear race pace, he's getting the job done. He needs to avoid the carnage at the front, though, if there is going to be any. I feel like turn one's going to be a bit chaotic. It is, Mozza, it is. I'm counting down the races till I don't have to do it anymore. No, I'm joking. I've been waiting months to do this. What have you been waiting to do? ASMR. I knew you'd do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away on racing. Lighty's on pole. It looks like he's got a good start. Repo might dive down the inside, but Lighty's going to cut him off. He does cut him off, and Lighty will keep the lead into turn 1. Very good defending there from Lighty. It looks like everyone has held the positions. As I say that, though, Cesno and Owen switched positions, and Cesno and Exotic Plains gained 2 positions there at the start. So Exotic has had a really good start there. So is Tindex. Tindex up 2 positions. Nath is now up 3 positions into P8. But the top 4 have all stayed as they are. And that is probably it for lap 1 overtakes, to be honest. Unless anyone dives it in here, but they shouldn't be really. Lighty did really well there. Lighty did really well. Someone's gone wide. That is Owen. Through goes Cesno. And Nath now bumps Owen a little bit. He's trying to stick his nose in as well. He gets past one Bunga driver. Is he going to get past 2? Oh, a wheel in the grass. He does get past 2. A bit of elbows out. And Nathan's now up 5 positions on lap 1. Gets past both Bunga drivers and Trex as well. Owen is down 3 positions there. Interesting. So only one driver in the top 8 has gained positions, and that is Nath, who has gained 6 positions now. Is he on the softs? Ah, okay. Okay. That okay. Okay. I was getting a bit excited then, and I was wondering why he was so quick, and I've realised it's because he's on the softs. He's on the softs. I didn't realise he was on the softs, but he's on the softs, and he is now up 7 positions. I mean, it's working. You know, his strategy's working. How long it'll work for, I don't know. But it's working. It's working. Ronaldo is trying it round the outside, and it was never going to work. It was never. Joseph's been caught up in it as well. It was never going to work. So yeah, that's the end of Ronaldo and Joseph for now. At the back of the grid they go. Lighty, fastest lap of the race. We're 2 laps in already of 36. He's retiring. Who's retiring? Don't know who's retiring. Adiras is now unable. Joris down the inside of Callum. Callum is going to try and defend it, but he needs to back out of it, and Joris is ahead. So, good start to the race for me. Not many other drivers gain positions there. At the top of the field, anyway. I assume he's going to pit for hards. Nave spawns an assist and push past BRT in lap 1. Couldn't expect anything else. That's quoting Mozza, if anyone rewatches. There was defo contact in there. There was defo contact. Send your clips in. Stewards will have a look. I don't do stewarding. I do commentary once a month. No, once a week. I'm doing it now to the end of the season. Hello, Dawid. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, Nave, on the softs. Can he get any closer here? He's probably the only driver we should be watching. Cam on his back of his teammate. Double overtake here for ATX, double overtake. No, just the one. It looks like Repo gets his elbows out and Cam is going to try and slip up the inside here. And he might do, to be honest. He's alongside. He's not ahead, though. It's not Cam's corner yet. Cam then, round the outside. He's still not ahead. And he's probably going to have to back out of it. And he does not back out of it yet. He still doesn't. He does now. Okay. Got a little bit scared then because he wasn't backing out of it. But yeah, Repo gets ahead of Lighty. And it is now an ATX sandwich with Lighty in the middle of it. Cam is having a good start to the season. By the way, I need to say that. He's having a good start to the season. Underrated driver so far, I'd say. He's doing good. He's doing good. Nathan, how long will these softs last, lads? How long will the softs last? It can't be too long, can it? Really? I mean, he'll probably try to stick in DRS for as long as he can. Hello, Scarface. Welcome in. Welcome in. You've just started... the race has just started. It is AEC round 3. Hello, Grumpy. Welcome in. Welcome in. The ERS levels, we'll have a look at them as Lighty gets back ahead of Repo. And Cam is not close enough to his teammate. But yeah, ERS levels. AMS are looking pretty handy there. They know that Nath isn't on their strategy, so they're not worried about him at the moment. Nath gets very close to the back of Cam there. Possible contact. Maybe not. Possible. 17 drivers. Yeah, DLR. 17 drivers and you won't let ART join. Well, considering that you didn't do qualifiers and you're not next in line, that'll probably be the reason. But yeah, DLR, they might be getting a message in the post, to be honest. I think this is the second time they've missed a driver. We're only on round 3, Mozza, to be fair, and I think we'd rather have a full grid, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look. There's defo, like I said, I do like that new teams are qualified this season, but they are very unreliable. Nath then gets a good exit there, really good exit, and is up into P3. If he's going for most overtakes of the race, he's probably going to win that, to be honest. He is probably going to win most overtakes in the race. Where he finishes, though, I don't know. Because I don't know how good this strategy is, if it's good at all. No one else has gone for it, so it can't be great. It can't be a great strategy, this, to be honest. Does anyone know? It's not my decision, not Grumpy at the end of the day. I'll leave all the decisions to JT now. My admin work in AEC is slowly decreasing to nothing. if I'm being totally honest. I'll leave all the decisions to the other guys. I just do commentary, really. Obviously, I'm there in person, but it's mainly JT, to be honest. He's going to be P1 on the undercut, and that's all matters to him. Yeah, but how good is the strategy axe? Is he going to finish top 3 possibly here or not? I'm sure, though, he'll want a safety car. Like the lap before he pits or something, right? A safety car now is probably perfect for him, right? Maybe not right now, but maybe in a lap or two. Fucking hell, it's moo moo milk. Bloody hell. Long time no speak, son. Repo and Lighty putting on a good little fight here at the top, aren't they? Yeah. Repo has got really good ERS. Nath is very close to dropping out here of DRS range. Very close. He might not have it, you know. And he doesn't have it. He was over a second there, I'm pretty sure. Nope. No DRS for Nath. So does he pit here? Does he pit? No, he doesn't pit. But he gets overtaken by one driver. Possibly two. Is Drive going to send it? No, he's not. But that is clear indication that the softs are now dying off already. So he's not going to be P1. Well, he will be P1 with the undercut. No, that's true. But when does he come in? When does he pit? When does he pit? Where's Valo? Bloody hell, Ben. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. It's Grimsby. So lap 8 of 36. Is this the lap he comes in? I feel like we've been on Nath quite a bit, but it's kind of the developing story of this race, to be honest. If I'm being totally honest. Does he come in this lap, or does he keep sticking with DRS with these guys? It looks like he's sticking with it. Probably sensible, to be honest. Repo and Lighty switch positions there at the top. And Tindex and Pinzio also switch positions. Coda going for a bit of an outsider move here. In P13, back up to the top of the field though. It's lap 9 of 36. Pit window's got to be open soon for the soft runner. I don't know how many laps they do. He wants to do soft medium. Oh, here's a moment there. He had a bit of a moment there. If he can do lap 13 and stick with DRS, then fair play. Fair play. But then, here we go. So lap 9, he's still within DRS range of these guys. He's doing alright at the moment. Obviously the pace is now well dropped off. His ERS levels are not doing great compared to Repo and Lighty. Looks like Lighty is still going to hold the lead here. It's not technically NVR Mozza, but I see what you're saying. I wouldn't say that, well, they're not dropped off massively, Mo. He's still in there, but I think he is going to start dropping off. It's like 7/10 behind now. He's not super close to them, is he? I don't know. It's an interesting. He will be P1, won't he? He'll be P1 when they do all the pits and all that, unless there's a safety car. If there's a safety car now, do the hard runners come in for mediums as well? I don't know. I don't know. So, is the lead going to change? It might do. Repo is now harvesting, he's now up to 100%. But Nath is sticking with the guys, he is. Doing a good job. Pinzio and Tindex going side by side here, coming out of turn 1. One of them's going to have to back out of it, or it's going to be a yellow flag. And it looks like Pinzio has backed out of it, then he goes around the outside, and he can't pull it off. Coda's got a good view of this one. Pinzio on the mediums. He's not going to try it round here, is he? Surely not. Coda's got a good view of this one as well, so staying bold with Coda. He will always be called Coda to me. Mr. Liam Bowman's in the chat. Welcome in, sub. Welcome in. Welcome in. So Coda on the back of Pinzio. Pinzio on the mediums, 10 lap hole mediums. Coda has a snap and he loses it, and he will not be getting an overtake there. Pinzio though might send it, doesn't send it, and we'll be waiting for the DRS straight. Back on board with Nath. 10 lap hole softs now. He is still within DRS range of the hard runners, so he's going to stay out there. It's pointless him coming in. Is Repo going to have the lead here? I believe not, because he's not using any ERS and he is harvesting. So this is a battle of strategy now, I believe. It's a battle of strategy. Like Callum has been overtaken there by Joris. Just interesting to see how this plays out, because I feel like a safety car, as I say it, literally, as I say it, Tindex has gone round. You can't park there, sir. It's not a safety car. But that would have been one of the biggest jinxes I think I've ever done, if that would have been a safety car then. That would have been... Oh, someone else has gone round! I need to stop saying safety car, lads, because there actually will be one if I say it. So, no more. We won't be using that word again. Right. No more safety cars. Yep. Okay. Hello, everyone. If you want to use your AEC points, I'll do ASMR. So, yeah. Welcome in. This is now lab 1236. And it's the Navy show on the softs. I think one interesting one, always Drive and Cesno aren't really that keen to get past him. Yeah, but it was at the start of the race. I can't do it for start of the race. Ballon. I've got a cold. Tindex has got a speeding pen. Is he going to retire? Probably. Correct. He has retired. So, Repo, Cam, Nave. There's a DRS train from P1 to P10. It is super duper close. Oh, and says no. Elbows out. Bit of contact. Needs to just calm it down a little bit. Don't want to be going for any moves through here. And he's still in DRS range, so he may as well stick it out. He may as well stick it out. He's at the 60% mark, they reckon. He's still going for it. He is still firm in it. His ERS is not looking too great, but that doesn't matter to him. That doesn't matter to him. How is this going to play out? I don't know. Lighty has held the lead for a lot of laps here. This is very close to call at the moment. I'm trying to work it out, but I can't. Repo probably is in the strongest position, to be honest. He probably is. It looks like Nave is now 9/10 behind. Is he going to be in DRS? He is. He's hanging on now. He is hanging on. The drop off on the softs has hit him hard. And Drive might be able to get an overtake on him here. And Drive is burning and burning. But he's not close enough for an overtake. It looks like he's going to have to go the long way. Contact made. Contact made. It wasn't really on. If I'm being totally honest, it didn't look like it was on. Unless Nath turned into him, but I didn't really see that. It didn't look on. Yeah. Interesting. So lap 15. Is this the lap that now... Oh! Jesus. You can't park there. And he's taken his teammate out as well. He took his teammate out. Oh dear. Oh God. He took his teammate with him. AMS were P5 and 6. They are now P10 and 10 and 12. Because Joseph has now overtaken Drive because he's got cold tyres. Oh dear. Partick, mate, have you got any words? That is terrible. And it looks like Driver's going to get back on Joseph, but that doesn't really help the cause. That'll still sting a little bit. Oh God, Joris, mate! Oh, almost takes Ronaldo with him. Almost takes him. So yeah, that happens. Nath is now out of DRS range, so he'll probably pit this lap. It would make sense for him to pit this lap. He'll probably pit this lap. Yeah, Driven says no. That's unfortunate. That is a hello, Alison. Welcome me. Welcome in. Yeah, so I assume he'll pit this lap. We'll go on board with him now. Moo, when are you going to race again? I don't even know if you still race. I have no idea. I have no idea. Is Nate coming in? I think he is. He is in. Is it going to be mediums? We've had suggestion that he's going to do soft medium. Lurch, to be fair, he's only just lost DRS. He's only just lost DRS, so I can understand. It is mediums. So he's doing the soft medium strategy. I have no idea who he is, Alison. I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea. But Callum then, he's close here to the back of a few drivers. When does the pit window open for the hards? It can't be long. Because if Nath reckons he can go mediums from now, let's just flip it. Gap to leader. Keep an eye on that. Nath, 21.5. He was that. Keep an eye on it. 21.5 it was. And he was roughly, what, about 2 seconds off the leader? Roughly, give or take. Roughly. Mr. Repo then, back into the lead of the race. Back into the lead. Johnson is into the pits now. The gap, look at Nath's gap now, 20.5. He's taking a second out of them in that lap. He's taking a second. There's a lot of pitters now. There's a lot of pitters. Johnson, very close. Oof. Almost getting onto the back of Nath there. So Johnson and Nath then are technically, well, I was going to say the P1 and 2, but I don't know if the undercut has worked that much so far. Let's see how that plays out. 20.3. It is coming down. It is coming down. But by how much? And I don't know. We're halfway through the race though, lads. We're halfway through the race. It's been an interesting race so far. It's been relatively clean. I think there was like maybe one incident, AMS and Nath, possibly. I don't really think, but it's possible. We've got a pitter, and that is Repo. Repo is into the pits. So, has Nath undercutting? That is kind of now the talking story here. It's going to be close. Fucking hell, it's Monkey. Welcome in, mate. Welcome in. So then, Nath then, has he undercut? I don't think he has. It's going to be close. He sets the fastest lap of the race. Repo coming around the final corner as well. And Nath has not. Has he? Has he? Has he? No, he hasn't. But he will have warmer tyres. Repo will be on cold tyres. Nath is going to have to transcend it around the outside. Maybe a bit of a switchback. He is going to put the pressure on him. But Repo stays ahead. The undercut has not worked. The undercut has not worked, but he will have DRS here. If he sticks with him, he will have DRS come the straight. So, keep an eye on this. Because the lead might change here. It might. What, I don't Monkey, that's not. No, that's just Monkey, that's just a regular. Back in the day. Lighty and Cameron. So Nath then will have DRS. Will he have enough in the tank here to overtake it? This is probably his only opportunity to overtake. I'm not going to lie. So this is pretty big, this. This is pretty big. And he's not burning. He's not burning. So he's just going to stick with DRS. If he thinks he can stick with DRS, he's fine. He has, though, got ahead of Lighty. So Nath is technically now P2. Cam is now, what, P5? Technically. Of the people who have not pit. Code is in. So now it gets a bit interesting. We've got 16 laps to go. Interesting. So Johnson and Nath did a bit of undercutting there. Oh no, Lighty! Oh goodness me! Goes into the back and Nath will not have DRS, and Repo might be able to clear off now. Oh goodness! And now Lighty will have DRS on Nath. Oh god, this is not. Oh, this might be heavy defending, lads. I'm not gonna lie. Nath might stick him in a wall here. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not encouraging it. Thank God for that. But he loses the position overall. Now that might be one for the stewards. Cam has been forced off. Contact made between him and Johnson. Oh, okay. Callum has now been overtaken. He's on 20 lap old hards. It's probably Repo's race to lose now. If I'm being totally honest. It probably is his race to lose. It probably is. He's not a second and a bit ahead. Sticks a wheel on the grass here. Lighter gets ahead of him. Callum doesn't fight him, lets him go. What will help Nath is that he's got DRS here. And if Callum moves out the way for one driver, he probably should move out the way for the others. In terms of fairness. He might pit, to be honest. He has pit. So Lighty is now gunning down Repo. See if he can do it. He's now gained back to a second. And Nath is just about a second as well. Johnson and Cam are all there. Trex on the back of Exotic Plains. Yeah, Cam did get mugged a little bit. And last week as well, to be fair. He had a good race last week. He had a good race last week, to be fair. Until I think he got bummed by Smeggy. Something happened between him and Smeggy. But yeah, 22 now, 36. And it's all starting to spice up. Nath has had a bad lap there. He's now 1.6 behind Lighty. He wasn't that far off him at the start of the lap. So he's had a bad lap. Not sure exactly what's happened to him. But Johnson, with his lack of ARS, will be on the back of him. And he might not be on the back of him for long because he's probably going to be in front of him. And that's exactly what he is. He is now ahead of Nathan to turn one. He goes. And it started from a little bit of contact between Nathan and Lighty, meaning he lost DRS to Repo. And then it's all gone a bit south for Nath since then, basically. Cam is now on the back of him as well. Nath on 6 lap old on mediums. Cam on the 3 lap old mediums. It shouldn't be too much of a battle, to be honest, now. And then you've got Owen as well in the mix. A few other drivers. But Lighty has had a really good lap here. Yellow flag. Pinzio's had a spin. Pinzio's had a spin there. But Lighty has done really well to catch up to the back of Repo. He is, to be fair. He is, so is Johnson as well. Him and Johnson have had a good quali there, a good race so far. Lighty is now going to take the lead of the race. And that's exactly what he does. So it's game on. I said it was Repo's race to lose, but Lighty's had a really good couple of laps there. Got himself back ahead of Repo, and he might be able to clear off. I don't know, can he gap Repo? Because he had a really good lap. It's possible, you know. It's possible. Drive and Ronaldo switching positions. Drive round the outside, can't make it stick. And Drive is now down to P12. Cam and Nath, no switching positions here. And Pinzio has sped into it, probably retires, and does retire. He does resign. So yeah, that'll be no points for him. Cam is going to go for an overtake on Nath. Nath will probably let him go because he doesn't want to lose any position. Woof! Jesus. That was an aggressive move in. Cuts Owen off. Owen's got no chance of getting past him there. And will Owen be able to get a good run on Nath here? It's possible. He's got more ERS than him. A lot more ERS. Gets a good exit. Nath goes defensive early. Owen then round the outside of him. Cam looks like he's going to be under pressure from Nath. And he goes up the inside. Turns in a little bit. And Owen's going to go for a double overtake. Surely not. Absolutely not. Cam stays ahead of Nath. And Owen goes into the back of Nath. Forcing him wide. Owen then all over the back of him. Like a rash. The wheel to wheel. Throw! Look, tyres locking. And Owen has to back out of it before one of them ended up in the wall. Bloody hell. That was close. That was almost disaster. That was close. That was very, very close. A quote from Joe. Why is Nathan side quest and holding up BRT? I don't think he's doing it on purpose. Oh, drives in the gravel. Partick out. Partick out. Partick out. We'll see then. Owen should get past him with ease here. Should be easy overtake. And Exotic might get him as well. Double overtake here for Bonga. And that's exactly what it is. And Nath is down to P7 now. His tyre drop off is pretty crazy now, to be honest. He had contact with Johnson. He had contact with Johnson, Joe. So that happened. Him and Johnson had a bit of a collision after turn one. And he went into the gravel. But Trex is looking for a move here, isn't he? Fazbear's having a decent race, P4, P8. Yeah. The Fazbears aren't doing it too bad. But ATX looks like they might be able to take the lead off Bonga, to be honest, so far. They're having a good couple of races and probably worthy of it, but Trex then should be an easy overtake for him. Probably the only overtake on the straight. Trex is going to go the long way round. And he does get past with ease. So it looks like Bonga switched positions as well. Exotic Plains and Owen. Bit of team orders down at Bonga camp. But the race is really between Repo and Lighty. They qualified P1 and P2. They're currently still in the top three, are still in the same positions they started the race in. And it's very possible it finishes the way this does. Yeah, Freddy Fazbears. That is the racing name. And apparently it's to do with Five Nights at Freddy's. I didn't know what it was until I googled it. So yeah. There's only like 4 of them in the team. I genuinely think there's about 4 of them. So lap 27, about to be starting lap 28. The lead might change again here if Repo wants it. It'll be interesting if he does. He's gaining, but he turns his ERS off. He is not interested in having the lead at the moment. Exotic and Owen switch positions again. So the team orders, they're now working together to catch up to the Fazbear Johnson. And then maybe closing on to Cam, because Fazbear Johnson is doing alright, to be fair. Joris and Drive switch positions. Drive is now P15. At one point he was P5, so he's had a bit of a shocker since then. He's had a bit of a shocker. So, Drive looking speedy. Looking speedy if he can get past Joris. But It's not happening for him, is it? It's not happening. He's looking about as speedy as a snail. Stuck in glue. So Repo, once again, not looking for an overtake. And Lighty not using ERS either. Exotic and Owen switch positions again. I'm going to sneeze. Thank God for the mute button. Bloody hell, that was loud. Joseph and Ronaldo switching positions. Joseph into P12. He's got points in the bag here, Joseph. He does alright. I think it's his first points since he got like P4 in an academy back in the day. So Lighty has a bit of a bad exit, it looks like. Repo was close to him there. He has a little bit more ERS. Repo probably holds the cards a bit here. Probably holds the cards just because he can decide when he wants to overtake Lighty. But Lighty will harvest his battery as well, so he has enough to defend with. I don't know, it's an interesting one. I think if Lighty has enough to defend with, he might be okay. But Cam and Johnson switch positions there, and Johnson is now ahead of Cam. Johnson's having a good race. He's gone a bit under the radar. Where did he qualify? He qualified P10, so he's having a really good race. He hasn't even been in the thick of it, Jobbo, to be honest. He hasn't been anywhere near the top of the... Where did he start? He started P12, like, that's where he's been. He's been around P12, P11 for the whole race. So Cam and Johnson currently battling out for P3. The lead and probably the win is now going to be between Lighty and Repo. Johnson is gaining a little bit, not enough though, I don't think, to get anywhere near the lead of the race. But yeah, Repo still holds the cards. He holds the cards. But Johnson's dipping. Look at that, 1.9 now. He's got no ERS though. He's got absolutely nothing. And then DRS, the time just goes up and up and up. So he will not be winning this race, I don't believe. It's going to be Repo or Lighty. In-play odds, lads. If I was going to put an in-play favourite, I think it is going to be Repo. Now that's only because of his ERS levels being a little bit higher, and he will have DRS when he wants to use it. That is my only reasoning of picking him. And he's leading the championship as well. He's a pretty quick driver. He is a pretty quick driver. Cam has got potential here to get a podium. But he needs to get past Johnson to do that. And they already have had a bit of a collision today. They've had a bit of a collision. We don't want any repeats of that. So, Repo, Lighty. Got to about 7/10 there. Repo will be a bit worried about that. Is Lighty possibly going to try and have like a burner lap? I would, you know. I don't know actually. Would I? You know, try and like gap him. Just like burn all your ERS, try and gap him. But then if it doesn't work out, then you're fucked, aren't you, really? So that probably isn't wise. If you're going to do that, you've got to be pretty sure that you're going to get ahead. Probably not wise. Probably not. So action is limited now. We're kind of just watching the Johnson-Cam battle and the Lighty Repo battle to the end of the race, to be honest. Yeah, Lighty has definitely shown up. He has definitely shown up. He's doing a decent job. Qualified in pole position. Who's got fastest lap at the moment? That is Owen. Owen's got fastest lap at the moment. Okay. So Repo up to 80% now of ERS. Lighty down to the 50s. Repo will be using that in a lap or two, let me tell you. He will be using it very soon. The battle though for P3 is definitely on. Johnson and Cam. Can ATX make it a double podium? Or can Fazbears get the first podium as well? There's a little bit to play for here between these. You've got Joseph as well, looking for his highest finish of the season. Him and Jay battling for P11, but back on board with Lighty and Repo. Got about 3.5 laps to go here. I still fancy Repo, but the longer this goes on, I'm a bit like, hang on. What? I've not lagged out, have I? Was that me? I've not lagged out, have I? I've not lagged out, have I, lads? What's happened there then? What the hell's happened there? Oh, we got lag spiked. That might be actually... That might help him out, to be honest, Cabaldi, to be honest. That might actually help him out. I'm not even joking. I am not joking. That genuinely might be a blessing to him. Mate, if Lighty wins this race, he'll be thanking that happening. That's why I hate the game, Jobbo. That's why I hate the game. Because imagine you do all that effort, mate. You do all that effort doing practice and all that, and then that happens. Imagine you do all that practice and that happens. It's like, no. At least you don't actually have to do any practice for commentary. You just turn up, essentially. Owen Exotic switching positions again. So we're into the penultimate lap here. And Lighty probably has, what, one corner to get an overtake now? And that is the first corner of the last lap. And Lighty will know that. Lighty will know that. So when we get to the DRS straight, things will spice up a bit. Repo will burn all his ERS, Lighty will also burn all his ERS, and it's going to be an absolute battle down to turn 1 between these two who have battled it out for the whole race since the start of the race. They qualified in P1 and 2, they're clearly the fastest drivers in the lobby, they've shown it, they've proved it. Lighty has had a connection issue where he has lagged behind Repo, but as I just said, that genuinely might help him out here if he gets the overtake back on Repo, because it would have been a vice versa situation of Repo getting the overtake done on Lighty. He is a little bit far away though, he's about 5 tenths behind here. I don't know if he's close enough. He has his ERS turned on, Repo also has his overtake on, and Lighty then gaining and gaining and gaining. Is he close enough? I don't think he is, and he isn't. So, you'd think Repo's got this in the bag here. You would. But anything can happen on a last lap battle here, and it might be unfortunate for Lighty where that lag spike has now cost him. But he will have one DRS zone technically to go on the run down to the line. It won't be much of a help to him, but it'll be something that he might be looking to if he gets a good exit. Yellow flag, that is Joris, he's got rounds, but Lighty then, with what, 1 maybe 2 DRS zones to help him here, he's 3 tenths behind Repo, he got lag spiked behind him, and is this his chance? He has a moment coming out the corner, DRS activated, but it won't help him on this occasion. He will have half a chance now, half a chance on the run down to the line to get the overtake done. I don't think it's going to happen to him today. It looks like Repo is going to get the win, but you never know. He goes a little bit wide on the exit. ERS activated for both of them. He will have DRS though. I don't think it's going to be enough. He's gaining and gaining. And he, photo finish. Repo has won the race. Photo finish. Photo finish. But Repo has won the race. Johnson in P3. Cam in P4. Owen P5. He's not at places in 6. Oh. Oh. You can't part this. Oh. You can't part there, sir. You can't part there. So that's the end of the race, lads. Karen Johnson driver today, probably correct. And we'll get classification for you. Repo wins the race. Lighty P2. Unfortunate for him there, to be honest. And Johnson P3. Cam 4. Owen 5. Planes in 6. The rest of them, they finished P9 in the end. And Joseph didn't get points. What happened to him? Oh dear. Oh dear. And yeah, there you go. That is going to be it. We'll catch you next week. Well, tomorrow for Tier S. It'll be Greenhorn and someone. I don't know who. But yeah, I will catch you next week, lads, for round 4. And then we've got a break week, I think. So, yeah. Adios, lads. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you later.